Whether you're a landlord or a tenant, it's important to know your rights. So here to bring home the topic surrounding landlord and tenant and strata living, Acting Director of the Rent Assessment Board, Leyton Baker, and Manager of the Inspectorate of the Commission of Strata Corporation, Ainsworth, Norton. Morning, gentlemen. Welcome to Smile Jamaica. It's morning time. Lord have mercy, there's so many landlord-tenant issues that I don't know if we can get through all of them in one day. But let's start, first of all, with registration of a property. Why is it important to register the property, and is it a legal requirement?
Yes, it's something the Rent Restriction Act asks for. Our landlords should register their property.
So I can't just have a house and say, I'm going to rent it out, and just rent it and nobody no know.
Well, not supposed to.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Because there is a fine to not registering.
Oh.
You know. But not all persons have registered. But whenever we do, we just ask them to comply, and they usually do.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Norton, what is a strata? What does that mean?
Well, many persons don't really understand what a strata is, but it speaks specifically to tiers of ownership. We're accustomed to owning a single space, and as the common law would say, from this sky down to the center of the earth. We're used to that, and we do what we want in that space. But strata relates to putting that unit, you're owning just a portion of space, not everything that is around you, just what is inside of your unit.
So
you
something
own.
like you have the gated community and I have an apartment in there. It's just that apartment belong to me.
Just what is inside the walls, from the center of the walls in, center of the floor up, and from the ceiling down.
So I don't own the land around it or nothing like that?
Not solely, you own it in common with the rest of the proprietors.
Okay. So what's the difference now with just the regular landlord and somebody who look after the strata place? We don't have no landlord, it's mine, don't it?
You do have bylaws with which you need to live by. Strata living is communal living. It is democratic in how it operates because it's the majority of the proprietors that determine the direction of the strata corporation.
Okay.
So they are established bylaws. If it is that they do not have one for themselves, then what is contained in the Registration Strata Titles Act suffices for them, the first and the second schedule. So they have to live by those rules.
So the owners have to get together and say whether we pay the
This is
garden
how we're
or
going to pay
whether
for
we
water.
pay.
They have to determine
maintenance
that.
Okay. But I would still have to pay my own light bill and my own water.
No, it all depends because some strata corporations have communal lights and communal water.
Right, so everybody share it.
So everybody share it.
That fear though, because if you stay up all night and burn and me to go on my bed from 8 o'clock, why am I?
Well, the fairness is not what we can deal with. If it is that they want to change that, then they can, in fact, make the decision to have separate meters for the units.
Okay.
How do you, Lord have mercy, I'm here in the strata living because suppose when time come for pay, no, I live in my house and I'm not paying nothing. The Ainsworth not going to make the light cut off because I'm not going to want light in a female's. Or Ainsworth not going to want the water for cut off. So I'm going to pay my little portion, everything will be fine. How do you govern compliance in terms of what everybody does in the strata? Is there some legal way to ensure that people do what they have to do?
The shoe is on the foot of the corporation.
Wow.
Meaning persons normally expect that the commission is the one who's going to come in and tell a proprietor, pay your maintenance. What the law does is provide the corporation with teeth with which to bite. And so the Act really says that if a proprietor is outstanding in his payment of his maintenance, whether he refuses to or otherwise, then the Strata Corporation must act in a particular way. It must provide them a notice, and it specifies what the notice must contain. And all of that is in furtherance of applying for a power of sale. The Strata
For a
power of sale certificate from the Commission of Strata Corporations. So we do not give them the power of sale. They already have that right to dispose of a property for non-payment of maintenance.
Wow.
Yes, they
But
can.
hold on, back to the earlier question. So if I buy my place, I own it, I pay for it, and I decide that I don't want to pay maintenance, you can take my place from me?
We can well, not we.
I
The
know.
Strata Corporation can dispose of your property for non-payment of any sums. That is what the law says.
Dispose of my property that I buy and pay for?
Yes, they can, because you bought it and you paid for it with an obligation and understanding
Okay,
that
okay,
you will
okay.
contribute to the
And
maintenance.
if you're not in trouble.
Okay.
So, Mr. Baker, I want to ask you, because, oh my gosh, I think the courts are full of landlord and tenant issues, particularly when it comes to eviction and owing rent and why is the process? Landlords tell me that the law is in favor of tenants. I'm not sure if that's true. But why is the process so tedious as it appears to be?
Well, some landlords wait until the problems get out of hand before they actually seek help.
Right.
At that time, from the rent board point of view, we can't work miracles, But you have the court, and that's where most of the problem is, because the court is so inundated with different
Other things,
cases.
right.
If a tenant owes rent, let's say they owe 6 months rent, and they wait 6 months before they take action, they go to the court. The
They could
court
be in
takes
court
a
for
long
2
time,
years.
and they're not paying rent. The rent keep climbing, so that landlord will get frustrated, really, But the rent board, we have hearings twice per month to deal with suing matters. So a landlord don't have to go to the court; they can come to us. They would sue for rent, or a tenant would sue for their security deposit. But we do have that.
And you have the teeth to implement whatever is decided.
We do.
So if I come to you and you say, Neville, don't pay daily $1 from him in there and he need to come out, him have to come out?
No, the court deals with recovery of possession.
Oh,
right?
Lord, jeez.
The rent board don't deal with suing matters.
Okay.
If I live in daily house and I'm paying $20 a month, she can just come next month and say it gone up to 30 and I have to do that?
No, the law allows for 7.5%. If a landlord find that they want more, they have to come to the rent board
7.5% per year?
per year of the existing rent. Right.
Oh.
So they would
plenty money that.
so they would then come to us to see if they can get more.
What if they say 7.5 and I tell him I can only afford 5?
If they're willing to accept that, that's.
But if him say no, him have the right to put it out.
Him have the right to take whatever action it is to
The
to get his
deposit
money.
is in case I just get up and run me one night, him have a month rent. That's the reason for the deposit.
Damages and unpaid bills, that's. But naturally, if the rent is owing, then the landlord would want to hold on that. But there's still the issue of unpaid bills or damages to be dealt with.
Sorry, no,
Right.
I was going to say, what right does it's a landlord's property, but I've also heard tenants say, them in them house and the next thing them just see a worker going outside. And when them look outside, one workman said, the owner say him to come put a grill upon the fence or bush up. How, once you rent the property, what are your rights in terms of access?
Your rights is you have possession of the premises until you leave the premises. If the landlord wants to do any work on the premises, they would make contact with you, and between both of you arrange how that can be accomplished.
Right.
We have to go, sir, because we have to go
I
to
tell you, we
news.
have a whole heap of questions.
Thanks a lot for coming, sir. Acting Director of the Rent
You're
Assessment Board, Mr. Leyton Baker, and Manager of the Inspectorate of the Commission of Strata Corporation, Mr. Ainsworth Norton.
More to come on Smile After News in 5.